What up, guys? It's your boy Killer Kawabo. Welcome to another episode of Men Operating in Reality. Okay, this episode, I want to talk about and dispel the myth about men can't take rejection. Before I get started, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know the next time I drop, as well as if you want to support and help grow this page, you can send donations to my Cash App and PayPal. Much appreciated. All right. Now let's talk and dispel this myth about men can't take rejection. I recently got into a discussion with this woman on a YouTube channel called Okay, Let's Talk About It. Shout out to my boy Okay, Let's Talk About It. Please make sure you guys give him a follow. I think I'll take the link of his video that we were discussing on and put it under this this video. What the video was essentially explaining was, for the most part, a podcast called Fresh and Fit. The main heads of the podcast, Myron and I can't remember the other guy's name. I think his name is something Fresh. They said they don't date black women. They're both black men. They said they don't date black women. Now, I made a comment stating that one of the Fresh and Fit podcasters, his name is Myron, he stated that he doesn't date ratchet black women. Now, the comment I said was the fact that he said he don't date ratchet black women, yet all black women are mad at that is telling. Shows that black women, just about, not all black women, just about most black women act ratchet. Because obviously, if that were not, all he said he's gonna like ratchet black women, would mean black women that have a lot of attitude. Unfortunately, modern black women have a lot of attitude behind them. All right, so get into a discussion with this lady under the comments, and she made a comment that actually struck me, and I wanted to discuss it. She said that black men cannot take rejection, and I wanted to talk about that because that's not true. That is not true at all. And another reason I want to make this discussion as well is she made another point that was actually extremely dangerous, and I wanted to talk about that and explain why it was dangerous. But we're going to go to the first part. The reason why I'll explain why she wanted to say that. We're going to go to the first part, stating that black men cannot take rejection. That's not true. That is not true. There's actually a reason why black men tend to date out and date other types of women. Obviously, we see mostly black men date white women. They do date other races as well. But there is a reason. There is a plethora of reasons. But one reason that I will discuss as to why black men usually date outside the race is because we get rejected by black women. Most black men want to date and marry and have a family with a black woman. However, black women, their standards are so high that the first chance they get, they reject us. A lot of times they nuclear reject us. How many times has a black man tried to hit on a black woman, excuse me, and then she says, "Oh, you don't have a nice car." She literally calls you ugly in front of her friends. If you step up and talk to her friends, a lot of men, when we're younger boys and teenagers, it's hard to muster up the courage to go talk to a woman. So when we do try to talk to a woman, we at least don't think we're going to get made fun of in front of us. Sometimes men get ignored. Women will just walk away when you try to holler at her. When you're deep, let's say you're in the friend zone with a black woman, and you open up your heart to a black woman, they will reject you for the man that has two baby moms, who's probably good in bed. It's crazy that women, especially black women, want to say that we cannot take rejection when we literally take rejection from life on a daily basis. You know how many times a black man gets rejected from working at a job because of his name? You know how many times a black man gets rejected into a facility because of his hair or because he looks like a thief? How many times a black man gets followed around the store? And I'm going somewhere with this because there was another statement she said later on after that, which actually really made me angry, and it shows that black women really don't care about us. But I'm gonna go back to that black men get rejected on a constant basis. Again, we get rejected constantly. I'm gonna go to my stories about being constantly rejected by black women. When I was younger, it used to be my blue pill simp days. I used to always try to get with the black woman. At my job, at my school, every time I used to try to get with a black woman. Not saying that I was disregarding other races of women, but I prefer a black woman. Now, one girl when I was in high school, one girl I dated, I was starting to date, we dated for a week, she dumped me. Didn't give me a reason why. Even when I try to talk to her to this day, she never gave me a reason why she dumped me. No reason. Another black woman, when I at my job, I used to work at my job. There was one black woman. My family was cool with her family. My brothers knew her sisters, and I knew her. I tried to holler at her, let her know I was feeling her. Not only did she reject me, she started talking to my friend, who was an Hispanic guy. So she overlooked me for an Hispanic man. Let's continue. Another black woman that I tried to get with. Again, and matter of fact, it was the same black woman that I dated back in school. We caught up, we linked up. She ended up becoming a single mother until she got back into with her quote unquote abusive husband. I opened up, let her know we would spend time together. We would spend a lot of time together. We would literally spend time together like almost every day, chilling, talking, hours, talking, opening up, talking about our feelings, what we feel inside, telling things that we probably never even told anybody else. I opened up to her, let her know how I felt. Literally rejected me. Now let me go to the flip side of the coin. Now I'm mostly going to be talking about white women because, again, the only other race I've really dated outside of black women have been white women. Not saying I haven't tried to go after other races besides black and white. Matter of fact, here's another story of a rejection. I was rejected by an Asian woman who I was literally close with. Like, we would literally hang out. I would be at her house. I could lay in her bed with her on the bed. Right? I let her know I was feeling her. She not only did she reject me, she said she don't date me because I was ugly. She didn't tell me ugly to my face. But she was saying she didn't like the features on a black man, namely our lips and our nose. And then she mentioned, look at my teeth. She mentioned something about my teeth. Literally rejected me to my face. Now, let's go on. Before I go to the flip side of the coin on my end, let's go on a massive scale. A black woman will go online and say she only dates men who 6 figures, a big attachment, if you know what I'm saying, which was supposed to be 6 feet, and a man who's 6 feet tall, who's attractive, who's handsome. The fact that she says she wants a man that makes over $100,000 a year discounts 90% of of black men right there, because the average black man makes about 50,000. A pretty good black man makes about over 80,000. And black men, honestly, the 50,000 just the average man in general, not black, white, Hispanic, whatever. The average black man makes about 42,000 a year. So a black woman just literally rejected 90% of black men right there. 90% of black men right there. I'm out the race. I didn't even get a chance to run. I'm out the race. Now let me go to the flip side of the coin when I'm talking about why black men date outside the race. The most time, not say I haven't dated black women before, but a lot of times when attraction is reciprocated, or a woman is coming on to me, it always comes from a white woman. And I will explain. I'm going to go through my experiences. First off, when I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, we had protests a couple of years back. I met this white woman during the protest, talking with her, hung out with her. We were protesting together. Got her number. I was just going to keep it cool, casual, whatnot, texting her, whatnot. She hit me up talking about, can she come through after we was done marching and everything like that. She hit me up talking about she could come through. She came through. I did my duty. I did my deed. Another white girl at my job. And it was funny because I was talking to a white girl and a black girl at the same time. A white girl at my job. I was talking to a black woman who I found myself really interested in. Trying to talk to her, trying to take her out. Barely gave me the time of day. Talking to and I didn't even talk to this white woman. This white woman actually was talking to me. She hit me up on social media, talking about she knows me we work together. She sees me on the job. Hit me up. Wanted to hang out. Hung out with her. First day, I did the deed. You see what I'm saying? I got more stories like this with white women. And then I got more rejection stories with black women. It's sad. I got another black woman rejection story right now I can tell you. And this is just off of my experience. Now imagine how many other black men have gone through the same or more experience with black women. Being rejected, being nuclear rejected. The same thing. And again, in a more macro scale, a black woman will go online and say that there's no good men when there's literally good men around her. She just don't want to date those type of men. And that's fine. She is privy to her preference. But that's the same black woman that will come on and say that black men can't take rejection. We get rejected all the time. Now, this is another thing I want to discuss because I want to move on further to what she said. Because she said the reason why black men can't take rejection is because there were stories of when a black man can't get rejection, he caused violence towards the woman. Which, before I move on, I don't condone violence. You shouldn't put your hand. I actually got a video on my page if you guys want to look. Don't cause violence. Don't put your hands on a woman. And I have a video explaining why, even in misogynistic terms, you shouldn't put your hands on a woman. But the reason why I want to talk about that is she set a dangerous precedent on a black man, trying to say that black men are violent. She was trying to say a black man is violent just because we can't take rejection. That's the same thing that these racist media, mainstream media mostly, want to say about black men. That's why a lot of black men get killed by police, is because these police officers should be watching mainstream media. The mainstream media will say a black man is a violent man. A black man, he can't take rejection. A black man will come into your store to rob and steal and kill and all this other stuff. She took the same talking points these racist media, police, whatever you want to say, take in order to shoot us down cold-blooded, and use that as a talking point against black men. And this is why I say black women don't care about black men, because that is a dangerous precedent that she tried to say against us. Women will try to say what I'm saying is dangerous to women, but no, what she literally just said is dangerous to men. And here's why: because violence always answers violence. Violence is always the answer to violence. And when you automatically think that a person is violent by the way they look or whatever, you're going to be ready to commit violence. That's why and that's why I made that statement earlier about being followed around the store. Because when the mainstream media made the precedent that black men will go to a store to rob, what do these stores start doing? Every time they see a black man that doesn't look like a clean cut with a haircut that looks like he doesn't work at a job or does whatever, blah blah, they follow him around the store. I've been privy to that plenty of times where I've been walking to a store, the employees will follow me, and I notice it because I know when people are following me. I've had violence set against me because people want to think I'm violent, and that's the dangerous precedent that these women are saying. And this is modern black women. This is the modern black woman right here. She literally set a dangerous precedent, calling for open season for black men just because they think we're violent. Because again, and this is what women do, they take the small percentage of men and then equate it to all men. When there's statistics that show that more than half of men are in the middle class, and half of black men, and half of the black men population are childless and unmarried. That's the precedence that these modern black women, they take the small percentage of black men and then they inflate it to black women. But then they say that we're doing the same thing. But when we have evidence, statistic data that can prove what we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Okay, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know next time I come on. And then please write in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts about this. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. And let me know if you have stories about times where you guys have been rejected. I want to hear from y'all. Thank you guys. Be safe. Have a good day. Peace.